Alright, today's June 16th. We're outside because it's a beautiful day. Oh, totally fucking things up. Whatever, we don't do edits here. So, yeah, June 16th, Friday, update time. So, electric, that's the first order of business. It's going well. This has been our biggest week yet. And it's a little bit surprising because we've absolutely done nothing to, try to make this our biggest week yet. It's just the changes in the App Store search results, which has hurt us before, but right now is helping us. So I think we have increased or become higher up in the search results for Omegle. I think that's the big change. So we're a little higher up in that, and it's resulted in a lot more downloads. And when I say a lot more, I mean not a crazy amount, but we're close to 1,000 new users a day. I think yesterday we added like 930, and that was our biggest day of adding new users, and it's actually our biggest day of active users as well. So that's exciting. And today being Friday, it's looking like it's going to be our biggest day again. So that's bigger than yesterday. So that's great. It's actually really quite good. And if we keep this up, we're on track for close to 30,000 downloads this month, and that's really good. So the new strategy with electric, a slight change in strategy as there always is I was looking around at the other apps that are similar to us, and pretty much across the board, what seems to be happening is that these apps that are like us, if they have 100,000 new users a month, because this is the data that the third-party services give you, it's like, oh, they added 100,000 new users this month. It'll also tell you the revenue, and the revenue is basically like half of whatever the new users number is. So in the case of adding 100,000 new users, well, then they made $50,000 a month that month in revenue. I was like, that's a lot of money. If I was making $50,000 a month in revenue, I would be like ecstatic. We would be able to, we'd be wildly profitable after we pay all the guys and myself wildly outrageous salaries. So that'll be great. And the fact is, I think we're almost there. So this month we're close to 15,000, or we're if things continue as they are, we're gonna have about 30,000 downloads a month. And if things don't continue, they go revert to as they were before, we're gonna have 20,000 downloads a month, which is $10,000 a month in revenue, which is nothing to laugh at. So that's fantastic. And the scary part is if we do it, and we've got a real business, and more than being a real business, it's a self-sustaining business. And if it's a self-sustaining business, I can pay myself, and it's fantastic. I can not live here, be a real independent adult, which would be amazing. So as a side note, I was talking to my friend the other night, and Silicon Valley, they love to say, the best thing in the world is to be a cockroach. You just want to stay small and just like stay alive until like you find your product market fit or whatever. And it's kind of lame, but what I tell people now is like, what are you doing? It's like, I'm cockroaching. That's what I'm doing. And because it's basically what I've been doing. I think it's almost close to a year of been making these goddamn videos, and before that is another year of just doing shit. And it's crazy how long it's been, but we're staying alive. We're keeping finding stuff that works, and it looks like we're almost there where we find something that kind of works and we'll make money, and that's very, very exciting. And hopefully I can stop cockroaching and do other stuff. So that'd be fantastic. And it looks like we're almost there. I assume once we update electric so that it has the paid features in it, the ramp up to generating that revenue should be basically immediate. I could be wrong, or actually I don't think I'm wrong. I think as soon as we introduce the revenue features properly, then the revenue will start coming in. I think there's a risk that we could introduce these paid features and we'll find out people won't actually want to pay for that, or we'll have to make some more changes and further refine it. But once we have got it in a place where people want to pay for it, revenue will start coming in. So, I mean, that's really good news. So I'm excited for that. Um, and all signs are suggesting that we should be able to do it. So we'll fucking see. But that's basically the news on electric. And the goal is it's halfway through June right now. Halfway through June, and we'll probably end up getting the new version of electric live probably late next week with the paid features, and that'll leave us like a week and a half left of the month. And I think for the month of July, we should make $10,000. If we make less than $10,000, we fucked up. So that's kind of the goal, and then go from there. Like, but I want to stay pretty steady with for half of the new users. That should be the goal. Generate that in revenue. So hopefully go well. Like so, I think we can get to 50,000 new users a month very easily. So we're almost there. We're on track to 30,000 new users, and that's $50,000 in revenue. I don't know. I don't want to keep repeating it. We just got to execute now and see how it goes. But that's news with electric, and then the other news with Spectate is it's behind schedule, as things usually are, and so Spectate is behind schedule, and hopefully it'll be live next week. Really, there's no reason why it shouldn't be. So next week it'll be live. I think I said that last video. So we're obviously behind schedule. But the point I wanted to make about electric is that. So I'm a big fan of Barstool, which is like the humor sports website, and they do this thing every single day called The Rundown. And what they do is they take, like the 5 or 6 most interesting, viral things on Facebook or Instagram, and they just talk about them. So, whatever it might be. I think yesterday they were talking about like the Pacquiao fight or not Pacquiao, Mayweather McGregor fight. So let's talk about that and like a few other things. And every single day they do it. And what it basically is just like 3 guys just discussing what's in the news. And I love it. Then I just took a second to think about it. I was like, well, wait a second. That's kind of what we're going to be enabling, but for just regular people. Now we won't have like graphics alongside with it like they have. So of course we can add that. But it's basically just going to allow friends to discuss shit. And the reason I mention this is because a lot of people think this idea of Spectate is like ridiculous. It's a stupid idea. And, I get it because it does sound weird. It's like, we're going to watch your friends talk. But the point I'm trying to get at is I really don't think it's that weird, actually. And more than me thinking it's not weird, I think we're already doing it. And what I'm describing is, me already doing it. It's like I watch these guys just talk. Now they're funny people and they work for this website, so they're clearly talented at it. But I think it's kind of like what people do. Everyone can hold a discussion and talk to their friends, and that's what they do. So a little pop-up going on. I think there might be. So the thing with Spectate is it's going to be totally binary. Like there's not a small version of Spectate. It's either going to be a massive, crazy successful app, or no one will use it. So hopefully the issue with us doing this type of thing before is that we'd have limited time, because if something wasn't working, we had to just get rid of it right away because we didn't have infinite time or money, and if it wasn't working, we had to go do something else. But with electric giving us a little bit more, hopefully, revenue to sustain us, then we can give us more time to work on shit. And it's like, okay, it's not working, but let's tweak it, let's find it, let's tune it. So that'd be really good. And who knows if it'll need that, but I don't know. But the point is, I think electric is going to do, or Spectate is going to do quite well. Actually, Honestly, I think it has the opportunity to do quite well. I don't know. It's too difficult to tell whether or not you know definitively whether it'll do well. But but yeah, so that's where we're at, and that's what's going on. Spectate will be live next week, and we'll start generating revenue, hopefully with Electric next week. And if both those things fail, I'll probably be looking for a job next week too. But if they don't, then Jake will be in a good spot. So let's hope that happens. But other than that, that's about it. That's about it for today in this new location for the update.